Hello, good afternoon. Welcome back to the stream. Man, I am feeling really tired today. I was actually tempted to not stream. But if I decide to not stream whenever I don't feel like it, I'm just never it's never gonna happen. So yeah, I have to do it. So anyways, let's get back to work on the animation stuff. The stuff that broke. That's what I'm gonna fix, or at least that's what I'm gonna work on fixing today. Still got a lot of player states to go through, so it probably won't be done today. But I managed to work through this, and this, and I think this, and also this. Yeah, I was gonna work on a ladder state next. So yeah, let's find a ladder I can use for the testing. Okay, so let's grab the spawn point thing. Move it to a place where I know there's going to be a ladder. Here's a good spot. Okay, so you can't really see the ladder, but you can see the bottom indicators of where the ladder is going to be spawned in. The thing about how I set up ladders in this game is that the actual ladder mesh is generated. It's not like a static mesh that I have saved somewhere. I mean, there is technically a mesh, but it's like a hold on, let me see if I can show you what I mean. Okay, so here is the ladder mesh. It consists of one rung of the ladder, and that's it. So multiple copies of this rung are spawned starting from the bottom, ending at the top. And each rung is also so the bottom of the ladder is an entrance point. The top of the ladder is also an entrance point. Every rung on the ladder is also an entrance point, so you can jump onto the ladder and grab onto it in midair, which I think is a pretty cool idea. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised I got it working as well as I did. Yeah, I'm actually very proud of how ladders are, but unfortunately, they are broken now, and I have to fix them. And that's what I'm going to try to do today. And the ladder stuff is actually quite complicated, and is very, very heavily involved in the animation system. Alright, so let's see what happens when I attempt to climb the ladder. So, the ladder all spawned in. Oh, interesting. The rungs are all pixelated. Apparently I'm not applying the right material type to it. Or I didn't apply, yeah, the correct settings. Alright. So it's straight up just not letting me grab onto the ladder. Yep. The button to... Oh, wait. What am I doing? What am I doing? I totally forgot. I made it so that pressing that you don't actually press a button a lot, you have to walk into it. Okay, yeah, there you go. Alright. Start ladder. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. Ladder state. Okay. $116. Okay, so it looks like this object is null. It is not set to an instance of an object. The way to fix this is to create the instance. Oh, I know how this happened. So originally, okay, so this animation tree handler is it's an animation tree system that is on the player. And originally, so the player is globally accessible. So I can type like a global data dot global data dot. Hold on. Player. No. Global data dot player dot. And this is like a valid reference to the animation player. I'm thinking, but the problem is this is a lot of stuff to type, and I don't like the idea of having like having to type all this out just to access this. So I thought, hey, let's make a reference to that. Let's instead of typing this out all the time, I'm going to do like that. So now I always have the animation tree handler in the accessible directly, so I don't have to type global data.player. I'll be honest, I'm not sure if even having a player globally accessible is a good idea, but I find it convenient, so I decided to do it. And I commented a lot about a lot of stuff because I changed the way that I approach certain things, and I had this weird fear of like I think it's probably a valid fear of deleting code and then realizing that I actually shouldn't have deleted it, so I like commented out instead, which I think in a lot of instances is smart because it has saved my bacon a few times, preventing me from having to like, or I could just I guess I could like sometimes you could just click undo or control Z and it'll come back, but if it's like a file that you've edited a long time ago and it's like the changes are long gone, then actually I'm gonna, you know what? So let's leave this here. Hold on, let's actually take a look at this. See what, just to make sure I know what we're deleting. Okay, yeah, we can delete this for sure. I'm not using any of that stuff. All right. So now that error should be fixed now. Let's try using the ladder again. Oh. Okay. So it's like mostly working, but the problem is he's just kind of floating there. So the one-shot animations, they work just fine. But like the pose animations that kind of just the one frame animations that kind of just stick there, they're not playing. And I have a feeling I know exactly what's going on, why it's not working. It's because it's the animation tree handler. I changed something, or rather, it's not specifically the animation tree handler, it's the animation tree itself. A few days ago, I completely reworked up a massive amount of it. I changed the names of a lot of these nodes to make them a bit more in line with my intentions. I deleted a bunch of one-shot stuff. I'm keeping this because there's a blend space 2D attached to it, but I originally had a lot of one-shot I don't know what these are called. These are nodes? I don't know. I don't want to call them nodes because these are nodes. Bunch of one-shot. Oh, they are nodes. Interesting. Bunch of one-shot nodes that had like these just animations on them, and then I realized I could just call these directly on here, and that'll be better because when the animation finishes, it'll output this signal here, and I can use that, and I can make use of that signal in my code. It's a very good way of finding out of a. It's a very good way of responding to when an animation is finished. But yeah, I changed a lot of stuff here, and I have to compensate for those changes, and that's what I'm gonna do now. So I'm gonna find out what exactly I need to do. I need to find something related to ladders. Hi. ESO Tillin. I'm not sure what that means, but thank you for being here. I always appreciate people in chat. So I'm trying to do it right now. I'm trying to fix a. I'm assuming you just showed up, but yeah, here's what I'm trying to fix. So this was working originally, but I rewrote a bunch of systems and now it's broken. So I'm trying to make it so that ladders work again. If I walk into this ladder, I can climb it up and down, but it breaks whenever I stop moving. And that is it's a problem with the way that I rewrote animations. I'm assuming that it's like this or something like that. Yeah, get this sorted out. Just a heads up ahead of time. This is probably going to be really boring because I'm just going to be staring at code and writing code the whole time. But if that's what you're here for, then you're welcome to stay. All right, then. Hello. How's it going? So I'm assuming that you just joined as well. So I'm going to show you what I'm trying to get done today. So in this game, I have ladders, but they are broken. Or at the very least, the animations behind the ladders are currently broken. If I walk into a ladder, I can climb it. But if I stand still, the player just kind of floats there. And I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on and fix it today. Yeah, thanks, man. Ladder, idle. Delete all of this because we don't need it anymore. I'm creating a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time style game. Big project, probably going to take multiple years to finish. My goal right now is to make like a vertical slice of like the first chapter of the game. Release that, see how it goes, and then if I can get funding, then I'll make like the rest of the game. That's the plan. I'm not sure if it's realistic, but I'm gonna try it. Hold on, what am I doing? I could just blend normal ladder, blend normal ladder. Why am I typing it when I could just do that? Right? Oops. Blend idle ladder left. Oh, missing animations. On blend tree node, idle ladder right animation not found. Okay. It's probably because I renamed the animations. So I originally did this thing where all my animations had like these numbers in front of them to kind of so I can manipulate how they're listed. Will I be live streaming tomorrow? Probably. Most likely, yeah. It depends on if something comes up or not. But usually I stream from in my time. Usually in my time zone, I go from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. in yeah, like a specific time, and then I just go for an hour. But yeah, I'll probably be on tomorrow. But anyways, what I did was I did like this thing where I put numbers in front of them, and that was a big mistake. And I, all right, cool. So anyways, this my naming scheme was a big mistake, and I fixed the mistake, and it took a long time. And now the animations are named in such a way that they're easy for me to find. They're alphabetized. Well, it alphabetizes itself, but like I took advantage of the fact that it's alphabetized and put all the combat stuff in one spot, all the uh yeah, pretty much everything that's related. Like yeah, ladder ascend left, ladder ascend right, ladder descend left, that all that kind of stuff. And yeah, so this is clearly a broken reference. 007 idle ladder left foot is clearly a reference to an old animation name, so I have to fix that. Idle ladder right foot. Okay, ladder idle right. Ladder idle left. Okay, so you can probably see this here. It is working exactly as intended. So this is this when the player is normal. When you're on a ladder, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. And then in the actual game, I manipulate these values through this. But now it means I have to rewrite a bunch of stuff. I apologize ahead of time. A lot of my code is crap and messy. And the reason for that is because this is multiple years worth of stuff where from a lot of it is written in a time when I was not as good. I think I'm a lot better now, but I'm dealing with my old mistakes right now. What is this? Finish exit. I'm just going to comment that up because I'm not sure if I'm going to need it. I'm 90% sure that I could just delete it. Okay, set blend normal ladder. So the player is controlled by a finite state machine, which is a it's not a data structure, it's like a logic structure thing. Very useful for AIs, not like a machine learning AI, but like enemy AI, and also for pretty much anything that can have multiple states. So when the player is just walking around, he's in normal state. When he's in water, he's in swimming, he's in like a water state. And on a ladder, he's in ladder state. So now I'm working on ladder state right now. In each of these states, the player behaves differently based on what is C# like. Is it complicated? It's as complicated as you make it. which if you're good at writing code, it's not going to be complicated. But if you're bad, it's one of those things where it kind of depends on your skill. A lot of this is written at a time when I was still learning, so a lot of it's kind of crap. Like I think I used way too many brackets here. Like it shouldn't be this deep, but I'm not in the mood to rewrite it right now, so I'm just gonna kind of deal with it. So pretty much, if you've seen like those memes of well, not really memes, they're like people making fun of crappy looking code. If your code looks like that, it's probably bad. And some of this does look kind of like that, like this. If can climb, if move it input length is greater than a certain amount. If basically moving forward, climb up one rung. If basically moving backward, move down one rung, return. Yeah, it's I think it's worth writing. Although if you are new to writing code and you're using Godot, just use GDScript. It's the better language for Godot engine. Like the only reason I'm using C# right now is because it's a language that I've already known for a long time, and I'm comfortable with it. But if you're using this engine and you're still learning to code, just use GDScript. It's ideal for that. All right, anyways. So finite state machines usually have a method that plays when you first enter it, and usually they have a method that plays that has like all the exit conditions, and that is, where is it? I'm not sure where it is actually. Is it over here? Exit ladder. I'm not sure. I don't know where it is. Crazy, man. I seriously forget where it is. I think I might have. Oh, here it is. Okay. If the player pressed A and the player can climb, then let go. Huh? Okay, I'm still confused. It's the problem when your code isn't very good, it confuses yourself. You get confused by it. Hmm. Okay, let's see what that changed. Here's hoping that things are better. Okay. Oh. Um. Well, it's better than before, but he's not switching legs. Okay, I'm gonna try something. Huh. Okay, let's see what we got now. Well, it it's kind of in this half working, half not state. Oh, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing wrong. At least I think I know what I'm doing wrong. So this variable called left represents whether the player is using their left foot or not. That is designed to control this. That's what I'm trying to do right now. And I think I had the right idea, but I just had it backwards. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Something's broken. Okay, so I can't exit from the bottom, probably. Okay, that complicates things. Okay, so his right foot is up. Now his right foot is up again. Now his left foot is up. And he's kind of shifting backwards a little bit. I wonder why that is. He keeps grabbing onto the ladder. Unless I press A. What a pickle. I'm kind of in this position where I'm grasping at straws. I'm just kind of throwing stuff at the wall, see if it works. Okay, that works. So, right foot up, left foot up, right foot up, left foot up. Right, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. It alternates properly. That is what we want to see. But there are two problems that I want to figure out. I want to figure out, one, why the player shifts back slightly when he's standing still on the ladder. And I want to figure out why the bottom of the ladder is clearly broken. So here's what I'm pressing. When I press space, it works fine. Space is like the let go button. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It crashed. Interesting. But that's not what I was trying to demonstrate, but that is clearly a problem as well. What I was trying to demonstrate is that if I like press down or away from the ladder at the bottom of the ladder, the player like lets go and then grabs onto the ladder again. You can't let go in that way. And I don't understand why that's the case. All right, anyways, I think that figuring out this crash is probably higher priority. So object reference not set to an instance of an object. Ladder state, move next. What's difficult about this crash is that, or pretty much any, so what's difficult about this crash is that I'm not sure what the conditions are for causing the crash. It seems like when the player walks into the ladder at like an angle, it crashes. But I don't know what the exact things are. So when you don't know what the exact cause of a crash is, that makes it harder to debug. So that kind of worked. Okay. Okay. Let's see if I can do that again. So walk into it at an angle. Okay, you saw in the last frame, the player like enters the ladder animation, but then he's not attached to the ladder. So I can fairly easily recreate this. So I want to figure out what exactly is null. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. That means that, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It means that an object isn't an object reference. That is like, this is an object. This is like a space where you can assign a reference to an object. If that is not pointing to an object, and you try to access it, then it's going to throw an error like this and crash. And that is what happened. Quick thing is, I don't know which thing exactly is. I don't know what exactly is null or not set. Null basically means that it is not set to anything. It is a null reference. So is it this, or is it this, or is it this? Line 78. Okay, so entry point is null. Okay. Ladder state.cs line 78. Line 78, gt.print entry point.name. So what's going on here is entry point, the entry point of the ladder is a null reference. And it's crashing because I'm trying to access the name of the entry point, but there is no entry point. And that the computer doesn't like that, so it crashes. Or the program doesn't like that, so it crashes. So I need to find out why that is null, because it shouldn't be null. It should never be null. But yeah, we're going to find out why. Oh. If so, ladder check is a raycast that's on the player that checks for, well, it checks for ladders. This is exactly what it sounds like. I need to make sure that it's never null when the player is entering the ladder or trying to enter the ladder. So I'm thinking that it isn't null at first, but there's a delay between when the player like starts entering the ladder and when the player actually enters the ladder. And when that is finished, it is null. And the reason it becomes null is because the player is like still moving. And the player is like moving. You notice how it's like the player, it does this when the player is at an angle and is like brushing up against the ladder. And he's like over here by the time it like tries to use the ladder, facing away from the ladder. I need to eliminate that movement. That's what I think I need to do. So let's try and do that. Let's get rid of that. Okay, there we go. Having a bit of trouble there. I'm gonna move this to another location first. Oh, I see what's going on. It's because there's a 1 frame delay that I put in there deliberately for some reason. Okay, I just got rid of the delay, so I'm assuming that it's going to be impossible for that to happen now. Yeah. Really needs a lot of work. But that's what this is for. Well, I probably haven't tested it enough, but it seems to have been fixed. Okay, so what this line of code here does is it adds 1 physics frame of delay between when this method is run and when the next method is called. So enter state, start ladder, or originally it was do enter. So it would run do enter, and then do enter would wait 1 frame, and then do start ladder, which was all of this stuff. So I'm guessing that what happened let's say this box is a ladder, and this is the player. And this line is the ladder check raycaster. So when this line intersects with the ladder, that's the game that tells the game that you can climb that. Hold on, I'm gonna do something. Layers. So nice that they added layers to paint. It's so awesome. Anyways, here's the player. Here is the raycaster. So what I'm guessing is that the frame, so the player's like running along the ladder. It is saying, yes, you can climb the ladder. Yes, you can climb the ladder. No, you cannot. And guessing what happened is on the frame where the player starts climbing the ladder, it's like over here. But then it waits 1 frame, and by the time that frame is like done, the player's over here, and there's no ladder anymore. That's what I'm guessing is happening. I could be wrong, but I'm like 90% sure that's the case. So this would cause a null if the player. So by this point, the game is trying to force the player to climb the ladder, but as far as the ladder checker, the red line knows there is no ladder. So the game starts trying to enter a ladder where there is no ladder, and that is the null reference, and that is what causes the crash. That is my guess. It's like a very highly educated guess, I think. I say highly educated in the sense that I'm like 90% sure that that's what's happening, because I know the ins and outs of how most of my stuff works, because I say most because I forget some things. But yeah, I'm gonna check this a little bit longer and see if I can get to crash again. If I can't, I'm gonna assume that was the problem is solved. That's not supposed to happen. But now is not the time to fix that because I'm working on other things. Okay, so I think ladders are probably... No, they're not good yet. There's still other stuff that I have to fix. I need to figure out... why I can't detach from the ladder at the bottom properly. I can enter the ladder, it's down, on the ladder. But if I press space, I can. Oh, I didn't test the top of the ladder yet. I should probably do that. I see. I see the problem. I think. Hey, it's working. It's working. Well, it's not quite working. Well, I see what's going on. So the enter ladder from the top animation was never getting played. And the exit condition is waiting for the animation to finish, but it's never going to finish if it doesn't start, which makes the player get stuck. That's what I think is what caused that. Try it one more time. Just to confirm that is in fact fixed. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Okay. All right. It's working. And we got the same problem as before, where he starts with the wrong foot. Okay, so that should be false. This should probably be true. All right, good. So now the last thing I'm going to try to do, there's only 5 minutes left before I'm going to quit. I'm not sure if I'm going to have time, but I'm going to see if I can figure out why the player is like... See, you kind of see how the player is shifting back a little bit? I don't want that to happen. I don't know what's causing it. I want to find out why. It could just be the animation. I'm kind of hoping that's what it is. Or it could be something about the code that's causing it. I actually don't know. We're going to find out. Put him into pose. And then let's play. Well, I mean, his hand twitches slightly, but the rest of his body stays still. And if I'm looking at this correctly, it seems like his whole body shifts back. So it's not the animation. Oh, whoops. I just want to confirm that real quick. I might not have time to work on it today, or fix it today. Yeah, his whole body shifts back. So it's definitely something about the code. Ladder attached distanced. That just made it worse. Hmm. All right. Whoa, what? Sorry, my phone's doing something. Okay. All right. Anyways, it looks like I managed to fix it. So the player's arm switches, but that's just an animation issue. But yeah, it looks like the weird shifting backwards doesn't happen anymore. That's good. So at a technical level, the player is actually teleporting up the ladder, like one rung at a time. But the animation is structured in such a way that you don't see the teleportation. And what this was doing is what was physically moving the player up, which I think was wrong. We don't need the, because if you think about it, if we're just teleporting the player up and down the rungs, you don't need to move the player. I'm not sure why I had this in the first place, but yeah, commenting it out fixed the issue. It is now 6:01 in my time zone, which means that it's time for me to finish up. Yeah, have a good night. See you next time. Bye bye.